Go.
Hello, my name is Katie Manning, and welcome to Geeks Audio Heads, and have a lovely day, chucks. Hey!
Happy Friday, or whatever day you're watching this. This is Geeks Assemble. We are audio heads. We are doing fun stuff, and we are reviewing a certain piece of audio adventure with a certain Nicholas Courtney and another certain Terry Malloy, and it's called The Curse of the Black Comet, and it's by the comedy horror science fiction team of Dunning and of Mr. Oh my gosh, Lionheart. Anyway, yeah, so lots of good stuff in this. Like to have these other fellows here. So I paid them lots of money and gave them biscuits, and they are here to review with me. And so because they're really cool guys, I'm gonna let them say their bit and not just talk over them the whole time. How about let us go to Lee, who looks like David Bowie. No, he's just wearing a David Bowie shirt, and find out what he thinks of The Curse of the Black Comet.
Well, first of all, I would just like to say, am I at the right cast? What biscuits and what money? But I digress.
They're in the mail, in the post.
Oh, the broken biscuits. Okay. What do you expect from this group? I've got to say, I mean, we've listened to quite a few of these now, these Scarifyers audios. This is my favourite so far. This was just laugh out loud for me. And with the addition of Brian Blessed, it was just, the trio just went so well together. It was just completely insane. I loved it. I really did. From the settings of Scotland to the settings of Egypt, it was just. And to me, this was the same length as For King and Country, but for me, this one didn't seem to be padded out as much as the last one we did. So, yeah, I really did enjoy this one. It's just this one. If anybody gets a chance to listen to this one, will have you pee in your pants.
Really? Well, perhaps we should provide a little incontinence gear with this. Okay, so let us move on to Beef Dad. What's your opening feeling, thought, or general impression of this?
Total, absolute lunacy. It was the funniest one so far. It really was. I mean, this is supposed to be scary. No, not at all. Not at all scary, but very, very funny. Nicholas Courtney was obviously having a ball. Terry Malloy, you could hear it. How much he was getting the giggles, and it was just so funny. And of course, Brian Blessed's playing Basil Champion. He was pretty outrageous, absolutely and completely, totally outrageous. Lizzie Roper doing Kitty Smith, who also turns out to be a German spy. She is just so funny and so completely mad. She fitted in perfectly with everybody. And David Bickerstaff playing Hamish. Oh, what? That was mental. Alex Lowe playing Headley Waghorn the Yank. He was just great. He really was good. And David Benson playing Denham was, well, he was just the jigsaw puzzle just fitted together like that. It was absolutely brilliant. And I must confess, I think it is probably one of the campest ones they've done. Some of it was just so outrageously camp, it's just not true. I loved it. I loved it. It's something, you don't have time to get bored. There isn't, as Lee said, there wasn't the padding in this. There's something happening all the time, something funny, something that's going to give you the giggles. It is just so funny.
Yep, I agree. Started in Egypt and moved to Scotland, and had to do with a puzzle box that opened up and gave everybody the plague. Plague was kind of fun because it instead of getting a cough and then suddenly being sick to your stomach. No, everybody just broke out in boils right away. It was a plague of boils, and it was funny. And there were hijinks with this. And I just think, Terry Malloy and Nicholas Courtney are super fun and super amazing together. Yeah, Brian Blessed in there. And then the guy who played Dunning and the guy who played Hamish and the gal, Liz or whatever. I mean, you just can't fit any more humor in there because it's just power packed. You can't. I mean, it's just so rich. It's like eating a chocolate mousse from a French restaurant. You gotta admit, like, it's just so amazingly delicious. I'm beside myself. I've been like, look, I just see something like spray painted on the sidewalk, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Comet. It's like the Curse of the Black Comet. Oh my gosh. And I mean, this is what's going to ride with me, like, in my head for a long, long time. And so let's go to your favorite parts. I mean, I really like the puzzle box and everybody breaking out with the plague. Guess that's my favorite bit because, the medicine, the ideas, everything is just so funny about that. And the shooting star, the spaceship, all that stuff was hilarious. Anyway, go on, fellas. Tell me your favorite bits. Start with Beef Dad.
Well, yeah, like you, I enjoyed the bit where they were reading the will of Basil Champion, played by Brian Blessed, who was supposedly eaten by a rhinoceros, which is, as everybody knows, rhinoceros is a vegetarian. And then, of course, you've got the puzzle box and everybody getting the Black Death, which is how Nicholas Courtney and Terry Malloy get involved because they have to investigate it. And going to Scotland and learning to drive a helicopter from scratch. That was quite funny. That really amused me. But I think one of the funniest bits were where they were in the water and the submarine was after them, and they wanted to catapult some nitroglycerin at the submarine because it was their only way of defending themselves. And Nicholas Courtney says, well, I think we could do with a catapult. And at that point, Brian Blessed offers to lend him his bra, which is underwired for support, apparently. That I just folded up laughing at that. That just really completely creased me up. And then, of course, the alien trying to escape and failing. It was just mad. It was just absolutely mad. And so, you know, there had been lies told about Brian Blessed being eaten by a rhino, obviously. And as I say, the combination of Brian Blessed, Terry Malloy and Nicholas Courtney, it isn't gold, it's platinum. It's incredible. It really just is absolutely amazing. Now it's your turn.
Yeah, it's Lee's turn.
Well, what can you say? I mean, yeah, the bra thing's just. I mean, before that, he even said, "I like to be called Shirley." All the expeditions he's been on, all the people he's been with on the expeditions, he always ends up eating them. Just it is so funny. I mean, it's you get the sense of like it's an Indiana Jones type of epic adventure, you know, but cross with Carry On. Where they go to Scotland and you've got the station master, and then they go to the taxi service, it's the same person just wearing a different hat. Then the landlord, it's the same person. You know, there's all that thing, and you know when they find dead stoat in his bed, I'd like to register a complaint. I mean, it's so funny. We're going to say Brian Blessed, he is so out there, and I think he reined it in on this because he is a loud person. And he wasn't that loud in this, but he was hilarious. You know, I mean, he'd never heard of a submarine before, and I can't remember what he called it now. Some Mary or something. Right. But it's yeah, it is funny. And as Beef Dad said, from beginning to end, you're just laughing your socks off. It is camp. This is the campest one. I agree with that. But it's funny, and if they're going to do it that way, making it so camp, and it's funny, it works for me. There's so many things in this one you can name. As I say, Beef Dad said some, and I've said a few there. So over to you, Susan.
All right. Well, let's just open the floor up. Let's talk about this some more. I mean, like I really love when the alien is trying to escape and not succeeding. I thought that was. I mean, it did actually hearken me to Indiana Jones and the Temple of the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull or whatever that was. You know, thanks for reminding me about Indiana Jones, Lee.
Yeah. Well, as soon as I started listening to it, you got that sort of vibe off it. You know, the Egypt. You know, the cursed box.
And Brian Blessed, you know, being himself is just far out enough to, you know, oh my gosh, he's so amazing. It was hilarious, and I agree with and I thought that they tied everything together. Like, you know, it was kind of, the story goes kind of convoluted, but they tied everything together really well. They went from scene to scene and idea to idea, and it really flowed well. And like, I loved that he did rein it in, his voice reined it in, because at times, you know, I just got lost in the story instead of you know, keep reminding me, oh my gosh, Brian Blessed is here. I'm here. I'm huge. I'm bigger than life. You know, yeah, so fun. And go ahead.
I'm just saying when you're going about that, I've just remembered the his school song Bumsworth. That was. I'm not going to repeat what he sings.
That's good.
Yes. Oh dear.
Got anything else? All right. Well, because there's no shortage of fun in this. Let us. Should we add another chapter to our podcast and call this and ask, what was the funniest part? I mean, I asked you what your favorite part is, but what was the funniest part?
For me, the funniest part was where they were on the boat, just 3 men on a boat, and he was saying how hungry he was. And they were, the other two were aware that he'd already eaten companions on other trips when he'd run out of food. And he was saying, you know, yes, with the size of your bum, yeah, there's plenty of meat there. And when they both said no, he said, well, can I lick your belly buttons? that just creased me up.
Poor old Andy. Okay, you know, got to a nasty end from Brian Blessed, but yeah, this sort. I mean, this is to say when it just comes out, you know, came out of left field where he just says you know, when they're saying about, you know, they all have different names because double agents and all like that. Then just out of the blue, Brian Blessed said, "Well, I like to be called Shirley," and you know, that just to me just creased up. Then later on, he said, "Yeah, here's use my bra." So he's wearing a bra at the time. No, it's just fun all the way through this one.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's final say and score this. Oh my gosh, I'm a little drunk on giggles. Yes, okay, final say and score. How about you, Beef Dad? What's your final say and give us your score? Not that I really have to guess.
Hilariously written, brilliantly directed, incredible performances from absolutely everybody. I can't remember laughing so much in a long time because I'm a miserable old git. And it gets an absolute solid platinum 10 out of 10 for me.
Fantastic. How about you, Lee?
Well, I agree with everything what Beef Dad says, and I hope in the future Brian Blessed comes back and reprises this role for another one. Maybe, hopefully.
You mean Shirley?
It is. It's got Shirley. Yeah. But yeah, it's a 10. I can't give anything less. If I could give any more, I would.
Well, you can.
Well, I can. Yeah. Okay. Infinity.
Oh, fantastic. Well, I will agree with the lads here. I'll give it about 23.5 out of 10. Oh, I just thought. I mean, yeah, this one's a ride around kind of thing. It's so funny, and it's so rich, so rich. So thank you for watching our little podcast, and remember, folks, join us if you will. We'd love to have you. Be 18 and over, and come join us on these fun-filled adventures with people of great. I mean, the stuff that we've covered is just amazing, and I just encourage you to get in touch with one of us. We have a Facebook group. It's called Geeks Assembled, and we would love to have you also. Yeah, like, subscribe, hit the subscribe, and then hit that little bell button, because we would love to have you know that when we're doing another Scarifyers. It'll be a couple weeks. We have a special guest. Oh my gosh, maybe not Scarifyers in a couple weeks, but we're coming up before too long with a special guest, and literally, boy, it's so exciting. Anyway, and stay funny, my friends, and if you need to re-listen to this now, because it'll cause your innards to bubble. It'll give you, the plague, and you'll love it. Anyway.
It'll give you the boils, yes.
Yes, quite. Anyway. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, great night, great whatever, diurnal,